Well, it's Monday night here for Monday Night League, Week 3 of the LCS, with coverage brought to you by Alienware. I'm joined right now by Hauntzer here in the LCS arcade, powered by Alienware. Alienware. Anyway, so you guys just beat Team Liquid, and a game that I was described by many as bot difference, as many had expected that game to go. What was it like for you being in that game? Because it definitely went in a different direction. Pretty close at some points in time, but definitely towards the end, you guys just sort of slammed it.
It was awesome. To be able to see our bot lane pop off, especially against probably one of the best bot lanes in North America. It was like when I heard the first blood, they were like, "Yeah, let's go, kill him." I'm like, "What's going on, bot?" Like I pan over and they get a kill and they kill 2 people. I think I'm like, "Well, it's gonna be a free game from there on."
Yeah. Is that one of those games where in scrims you just say like, okay, let's remake or whatever, restart?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You can't remake on stage, unfortunately, but that's definitely a remake game.
Well, I mean, on the other hand, there were moments they did start to come back. I don't know if you guys felt this in game, but there was moments where they were only like 1 or 2K gold off from you guys. So it did start to get back close again in the mid game, but definitely feels like we saw a different bot lane from Golden Guardians that game than we had in the past. A lot of people have been memeing on Keith and FBI. Do you think there's been a lot of changes? Are they sort of starting to step into those roles in a way that they haven't for the last couple of weeks?
I would say they've just been on a lot of pressure from the community themselves. Like they really want to perform. I feel like individually, they can definitely do it, and it was just great for them to pop off this game. I feel like they're definitely coming more into their roles, and as a team, we're starting to gel more. We've been like a new team. Like pretty much everyone's been playing with each other for only like a few weeks. So yeah, we've had our ups and downs, but starting to come together.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious. In situations like this where the team is not doing very well, oftentimes the team is not happy with each other. I don't know. I know a lot of people might be surprised to hear this, but you might have been on teams before where people are losing and people aren't happy with each other. What, as diplomatic as I'm sure you want to be, how has it been behind the scenes?
I would say this team, the environment that everyone has, and just the friendliness of everyone. No one's scared to give feedback. Obviously, you have to give feedback to your teammates. But the way everyone takes feedback is so nice. Everyone's just oh yeah, I can probably do this better. Or yeah, I'll take what you said and I'll try to apply it next time. No one has a big ego on this team. So everyone is very friendly. We have a really great atmosphere. Everyone just wants to get better and improve themselves. There's no oh fuck, I hate this guy. I think he sucks. There's none of that.
You have a reputation for having a big ego. You feel like you don't have a big ego?
Honestly, sure, I have a reputation for that, but I don't have the biggest ego on the team.
Oh, okay.
It's that would go to Closer. He is just his head is the size of the moon. He's just insanely huge ego.
Okay, so we just went from you saying no one has a big ego on this team to I have a big ego, but Closer's is way bigger.
But it doesn't get in the way of the team stuff. He thinks he's really good. I think I'm really good. That's it.
Okay.
It's we have a big ego compared to other players. Okay. But within the team, no one's no, I have authority over you, something like that.
Closer doesn't start yelling at you guys in Turkish when you fuck up.
No, he definitely does.
But he starts to pop off in Turkish, and you guys don't know what he's saying.
No, we don't know. We just laugh at him.
Okay.
I'm just we don't understand you.
I mean, but it sounds like from what I've heard, it sounds as though he's been getting along well with the team, and even especially him and Grayson, they were out in Vegas for All-Stars, and they seem to be having a good time together. So it seems like he's coming into the organization in a pretty good way.
Yeah, he's a very special person. He acts like a 5-year-old, all the time.
Okay.
So he just kind of messes with you in the weirdest ways, but I think he does it in good faith, good intentions. He just wants to have fun with his teammates. So
I did not realize until this weekend how much of a relationship he has with Broken Blade, and Broken Blade seemingly chasing after him in your guys' game to make sure that he dies or whatever. So I don't. Do you ever see those guys chatting or hanging out?
I think they're always talking. It's Closer and Broken Blade and Closer and Niski are really close because they're all Turkish, and yeah, I think him and Broken Blade have a lot of history together, playing in TCL, winning championships over there. So It's pretty cool that they get to see each other again.
For you this year, I'm quite curious because a prevailing sentiment on Reddit is when Golden Guardians is losing is I feel bad for Hauntzer. And because you have a reputation for being this great top laner, do you at times ever get disappointed that the team is losing and maybe you feel like you could be winning, or I don't know if that stuff that we see out there in the community ever kind of reflects in your brain or you think about it ever?
Um, I really don't care about those comments. Like I'm part of the team, and if we're losing, it's like part of my responsibility, right? Like if I need to do whatever I can to help my teammates like get better. Since I'm like probably the most veteran player on the team, so I'd say a lot of it's up to me if we fail, and if we succeed, then it means the other four are playing really well.
You mentioned you being a big veteran on the team. Do you put that into your mind? Do you feel like you need to be sort of a mentor or help lead the team as a veteran?
In some ways, yes. Like I try to give feedback to everyone whenever I can, and try to help people improve, especially when it's like pretty basic stuff and people are not used to that kind of stuff. And otherwise, I just try to like keep a good atmosphere. Try not to have like too much trolling in the games. Like I think that's a big thing. Like even though like we have a great atmosphere within the team, if it's not serious enough, we're not going to improve. So I want to make it like more serious. Everyone's like really focused in scrims, and hopefully we can perform with that.
Well, on that point, I also feel as though a lot of the community has started to write off Golden Guardians for the split. Do you feel like that's fair, or are you guys going to prove them wrong?
I mean, it's definitely fair because of our performance recently. Like we're 2-4 right now, so not the best record, but
As good as Team Liquid.
yeah, it's like, are they gonna start writing off Team Liquid, or they're just gonna be like, oh, when Brox is here, it's gonna be the same. Like they're gonna be like back to their former selves. Yeah, I don't really care what the community says. Just focus on ourselves and try to improve as much as possible.
Is there anything you want to say to any of the Hauntzer or Golden Guardian fans out there?
Thanks for supporting us, and we'll keep improving from here on out.
Well, thank you so much for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching that interview. I am lurking in the shadows off to the side of the studio right now as the game is happening behind. I just wanted to gesture back there and let you know that those computers, the monitors that they're using, you can actually win that right now by going to the link in the video description, alienware.com/Travis. We've got some cool information over there for the giveaway they're doing for that desktop, that monitor. Quite neat. Also, while you're over there, you can save 10% by using Travis10 off. So check out, they've reactivated the code. So if you've used it in the past and it didn't work, try again. Either way, thanks so much for watching this. Hope you win something. And if not, hope you buy something. Because it's nice when they see that. Because then I continue to get sponsored by them. And then I don't end up homeless.